All right, guys, welcome back to the West Marches. Going into hour number 2 here. Steven, what's going on?
Okay, so the two of you are approaching this trio from behind as they approach this low stone house that's marked with the curlicue sigil of the Flensworm. And one of the guys hears you approach and he turns around and he says, "Yeah, can we help you?"
Greta Insgard?
No, I'm not. No, Bretta.
I gesture to her.
And he taps on her shoulder as she unlocks the door, and she turns around. She says, "Yes. More visitors. Are you with the others on the road?"
We are with no one but ourselves. You're having a problem. We are here to solve it.
I see. You're here about the iron.
We are.
Indeed.
Very good. Please come in. Come in. And she opens the door and pushes it in. It's a very dark room. There's no lights on or anything, but she heads over to a lamp that's on a table right next to the door, and she strikes a spark and lights it. Holds it up, and there's like pegs along the left-hand wall in here where there's all sorts of dark cloaks hung. And she goes in and she removes her garb and she hangs it up, and the other two go in and they do the same. And the two men quickly depart and they say, "Hail to the Flensworm." Or whatever ritual farewell they actually make. And then the rest of the room, it's sort of like a large congregational hall. The ceiling is maybe like 9 feet high. It's not super tall. There's wooden pews all up to the front where there's a lectern with a large leather-bound book sitting on it. And Bretta sort of beckons you to the front, and she washes her hands in a basin near the lectern, and then she invites the two of you to wash your hands as well.
You first.
I prefer to stay dirty. I won't touch any of your holy things. Don't worry.
She just nods and says, "Very well. Now, yes, we were expecting a large shipment of iron. Our blacksmith has work that needs doing, and he can't do it without ore. So it's been about 3 weeks since we were expecting to receive it, and we would love to hire you to go investigate it, and preferably to return it to us."
So you're thinking bandits taking your ore?
I think it's quite likely that the shipment was waylaid somewhere along the eastern road and, stolen for the value in the cart.
Has there been a problem with bandits around these areas?
She sort of pauses for a second. She looks at the two of you. She says, "Are the two of you well equipped enough to handle bandits?"
Oh yeah.
I just give her the smarmiest grin. Kind of hike up my belt so my weapons jingle a little.
Okay, yeah, your belly jiggles, your weapons jingle. Yeah. She smiles and says, "Very well. If you think you're the men for the job, then I could offer you 5 gold pieces down payment just to make sure that you know that I can pay, with an additional 45 gold pieces payment on the return of the shipment."
This sounds like a good deal.
Sounds like a good deal.
Excellent. I'm afraid I haven't heard any word of where they might be. There have been bandits recently moving about the region. They seem a sickly lot, not well taken care of. From what rumor I've heard, their outpost is to the southwest of here, just to the south of the Harlud Barrows. I don't know if you want to look there, but if another option for you might be to look along the eastern road and see if there are any signs of the cart. Maybe it simply broke down. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't the faintest idea of what might waylay it for 3 weeks, other than
3 weeks is a long time for a broken cart.
These men that are bringing you the ore, did you trust them? Could they have stolen it, made off with your goods?
No, it's a well-respected merchant company from within Lorien that we have had regular dealings with in the past.
I'm gonna say well-respected merchant companies rarely are, and just kind of sneer. Be like, well, whoever it is, we'll find them.
She says, "Be that as it may, Fika has always come through for us in the past, so it's really very strange for him not to deliver on time. He's usually within a few days of his delivery date. But thank you for taking on the task and agreeing to investigate here." And she heads over to a small stone chest that's built into the wall on the back of the building, and she unlocks it, lifts it up, pulls out a couple of coins, and brings them back to you. And she places five gold coins in your hand. She says, "Please, thank you very much. We don't have much, but it's very important to us to receive these shipments."
Okay, I'll let Tal take the coins.
Okay. So she like holds it out to you, Grigori, and you just like keep your hands at your sides.
I think he doesn't like to touch things.
And she says, "Oh."
I'm gonna ask her before we go. While we are here, we heard a rumor in town, something about a creature in the swamp. Mostly comes out at night, mostly. So, you hear anything about this?
She simply turns around to the box and she says, "No."
Is she lying? She sounds like she's lying.
Give me a something or other roll. Insight.
Okay. I mean, I didn't have to roll insight. I could tell she's lying. Let's see if Grigori notices what a big stupid liar she is. So insight I have trained, so 2, 5. All right, I'm very insightful. Got 15.
Yep. Grigori saw like her pupils dilate just as he asked about this.
Oh, cool. Is she also a replicant? Grigori's middle name is Voigtkampf, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when I notice that, I'll be like, yeah, I'll look at Tal and kind of like give you like side eye, like, this is some bullshit right here.
Yeah, I somehow gesture with my eyes, but let's leave it at that for now.
Secret human eye language. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll kind of like kind of look around and be like, okay, all right, they're probably responsible for these rumors, but we'll come back and deal with that later.
Okay.
Okay.
Later.
Okay. So we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go and find Kurthak and Varani and let them know what's up.
Yeah. So Karthang and Varani, you two headed down through the town to the other side, right?
Yep, that was the plan.
Okay. So like the road kind of dead ends in the middle of town. So you guys are kind of standing out, beyond the buildings in the middle of a fallow field, sort of looking around. Not entirely sure what to do.
I'm just kind of like, well, if the road was to continue, it'd go that way, so let's just keep walking. Let's just keep walking.
So, Grigori and Tal, when you walk out, you look to the right, down away from the north to the south, and you see Kurthak and Varani just sort of like high stepping through this fallow field to the south.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll go.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. So you guys catch up and you guys exchange all the information about what has happened. Grigori, do you mention anything specific about these rumors?
No, I don't even bring it up. I just say we have a job. They're going to give us 50 gold to find the ore. They gave us 5 gold already, so 5 gold.
Yay!
But yeah, I probably won't mention the rumors. I'll mention that they're shady, but I won't mention I asked about that.
Okay.
I do have a question about that job, though.
Mm.
Did you happen to know if we're the only one taking on this job, or are there other travelers or adventurers doing the same thing?
I take a long, pointed look around at the empty fields and the shitty houses, and I'm like, no, I think we are only idiots on this job.
You
Okay.
you guys actually are standing next to a broken down, rusted, rotted. Oh God, what is it called that digs furrows in the ground?
Plow?
Wow.
That's the one.
I'm sitting on said plow. not
Okay,
standing.
it breaks under your massive girth, tumbles you into the earth.
When I say that, I'm like, no, we're the only idiots for this job, and then plunge on my ass. All right, I'll get up, grumbling, dust myself off, be like, fucking peasants. Ugh.
Do you you have directions on where we're supposed to go? Did you guys get that?
She says, and I recount, that it was on the road and didn't show up for 3 weeks. We think it might be bandits, but
Eastern Road.
Yeah, I mean, we could.
Did you also inquire about the swamp thingy?
Yes, I asked about swamp creature.
So, what did they say about that?
They didn't say much.
She lied to us, said she hadn't heard of it, but I think he's probably worm god. Best not to look into it too hard.
Don't look at the
I
worm
see.
god.
Now, Grigori, and the rest of you don't know this, but in Grigori's brain, he's thinking, do the worm gods require creatures or create creatures or anything like that? And there's no association with howling or moaning creatures and the worm god.
Yeah. But, they're worm cultists, and I
Yeah.
mean, maybe it's just like weird rituals that they're performing at night. I don't know.
Very true.
It's okay. We'll get the ore, get her money, and then inevitably have to kill her, so it's fine.
Good.
I've played this game before.
Steven, I after he says all this, I kind of like look up at the sky. What time of day is it? Thereabouts.
It's probably like 4 p.m.
Can we make it? Can we make it there in time? Should we?
Well, middle of nowhere. Make it to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It all depends on where you're trying to go.
Should we camp around here for a day before setting out? I don't want to get halfway through and be stuck out there in the middle of the night.
Might not be a bad idea.
Did you inquire about possible places where we could crash? Is there a tavern or anything among those 4 houses?
No.
Tavern was my first question. No. Maybe if we're lucky, some farmer has a place we can sleep and also several barrels of ale I can drink, but I have to go back into town and ask.
Well, I mean, it's
Sounds
like
unlikely.
20 steps, so...
So might as well do it.
It's so far.
Well, yeah, you guys should go inquire, and then eventually we're gonna have to let everyone know that we're together. So this whole plan is kind of stupid, but
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna
No, you know what?
take to you two walking into town.
Yeah, so
If
far I
they're-
have been making friends. So.
If these people already have some kind of weird fringe religion, like a half orc and a dragonborn, it's going to be not a huge thing, I think, to them. So, and plus, whatever, if they're racist, we'll stab them till they're dead.
It's true.
Death to all racists. Let's go back to town.
all right,
Sweet,
you guys
let's
can
do
do
it.
all the talking. We'll just look intimidating in the back.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you guys are going back into town.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go find that old lady and we'll take her up on her offer to
Okay.
hang out in the barn or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Have a barn party.
Yeah. You find the woman. Her name is Joyce.
Okay.
And she asks you for a copper piece each to sleep on her barn.
Oh,
shit.
hot
shit!
Oh man.
I'll give her 2.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, don't go crazy. Come on. You need those coppers.
She's an older woman and she lives alone and she tends her own field. So she leads you out through the farms along a dirt path that leads past a couple of farmhouses till she gets to hers. It's a fairly large house and she has a fairly large barn that she uses to store grain in out behind it. And it's well taken care of, but it's clear that there's a little bit more here than she can take care of on her own. She does bring you out like some bowls of hearty venison stew or something like that. When
Can she also bring me a bowl of hearty booze?
do you ask?
Yeah, and by bowl I mean bathtub.
Yeah. She blushes and says, "Sir, I'm not that kind of a woman, but if it's for a medical purpose, then I suppose I have some alcohol."
Yes,
for medical
Dr.
purposes.
Grigori needs his medicine.
He is a doctor.
Yeah, trust me.
She looks
Except for
down.
Scratch.
She looks you up and down. She says, "Do you have any credentials?"
Even if I
I know
did,
you
you
get to
wouldn't
see
be
them.
able to read them, you filthy peasant. Go.
Nope, she certainly would not. She
Um,
she turns and strolls back to her house and she says, "I think I have a bottle of alcohol that I keep for wounds."
Yeah, no one's
Sure.
wrong inside.
Yeah, she leaves.
Okay, cool. Well, when she's gone, I want to take a quick look around. Did we see any sign of, like, flenswormery around here? Like, does she have, like, a, like, petrified.
symbol of the
hanging over-
Flensworm.
Yeah, like I just want to know how widespread the cult is. Is it just like 3 weirdos, or is the whole town worm?
You noticed a ring on her left pinky finger
Okay.
that looks like a coiled serpent, and
Cool.
you recognize this as one of the symbols of the Flensworm.
All right, I will mention to my adventuring companions that, that the cult of the Flensworm seems to have spread to the rest of the town. So,
Great.
To all 5 people in that town.
the whole
Wow.
town.
The whole town.
whole
All 5
town.
of them.
It's a
Should we-
goddamn epidemic.
Yeah. Well, she comes back and she knocks on the door of the barn, boom, 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 and then pushes open the door and says, "Mr. Grigori,
Doctor,
here, I
Doctor Grigori, excuse me, please.
Dr. Grigori, yes, I apologize. Please, if you need this for any medical reasons, then
How many
please.
X's are upon yon jug?
3.
That's the best number. I'm gonna pour some of that into my mouth and drink it.
Okay.
And then probably hang out and play my balalaika and entertain my friends while we relax until the morning.
Yeah, it's just straight up. It's straight up potato vodka.
Mmm.
Nice.
It's obviously not for medical purposes.
Yeah. It's cool. I know how medicine works. Wink, wink, old lady.
Okay, so you're hanging out playing the balalaika.
Yep.
How do you entertain these people?
I don't know. I'm trained. I got proficiency in my little Russian guitar, so I play and I sing and we hang out and tell stories. Probably. I don't know. I'm a super friendly dude.
Yeah,
I,
cool.
I,
good.
I pass around my newly acquired jug of booze if anyone wants some.
As you start to play it, I'm just like, can I just please have one night of silence? Please.
Tomorrow night will be your night of silence.
No, we might be back home, and just please, Dr. Grigori, please.
Yes, fine. It'll be time for playing later.
Thank you.
Put it aside.
Thank you.
Okay, so are you guys all just going to sleep?
Well, I think we should probably set a watch.
Yeah, I agree on that.
I don't trust Wormtown.
I say I'll wake up last. I'll take 4th watch.
Okay.
I'll take the first one.
Second.
Okay.
3rd for Grigori.
I suppose so.
So 1, 2, 3, and Kurthak is 4. Okay. So there's like an upstairs balcony in this barn with a window that you can look out, and that's where you could be watching out from. It's just above the large sliding double door of the barn itself downstairs. There's a bunch of hay bales in the upper loft, so you could like make some comfortable, straw bedding for yourselves. Settle down, get a nice night of sleep.
Are there farm animals in this barn at night?
No.
Not after I enter.
No, she doesn't seem to own any farm animals. Seems like she tills the section of the farm just herself with a hoe or something like that. There's a well-worn used hoe leaning up against the inside of the. Yes.
I'm trying so hard. Okay.
Together,
cool.
Adam. Keep it together.
Good.
Yeah, you understand. So yeah, just for a woman living on her own, she doesn't have a lot. It's sort of in the middle of Kurthak's watch, and
So
dawn
early morning?
dawn is starting to break, just very, very faintly over the horizon to the east. And the window actually looks out to the east, and you can see sort of a dense mist rolling towards the town off of the Rayfen from nearby.
Okay.
Give me a perception check, Kurthak.
What is my perception? 4. 8.
Okay. The only thing that you notice as you're sitting there watching out this window of this barn, bleary-eyed in the early morning, is you hear the faint sounds of a woman vomiting. It sounds just like Juliet.
Yeah, for me it's just like, well, it's Monday.
It sounds kind of like,
Uh-oh.
Okay. You said faint, so it sounds far away.
Yeah, sounds far away. Like it's
Okay.
sort of drifting across the field.
Is this towards the end of my watch or the beginning?
It's like middle, solid middle of your watch.
Okay, I just kind of keep a closer eye on that particular area. I don't wake anyone up. And I don't
Okay.
think anything else of it because, yeah, I live with a woman who throws up constantly, so.
Yeah, you see like a low hunched shape moving through the fields, sort of at the far edge of your vision. Like you've got dark vision, right? So you can see pretty well in the dim light.
Right.
But there's just this strange humpy thing sort of crawling through the grain.
Okay. I just think to myself, like, they got to have some sort of fertilizer, so. That's probably what they do here in this part of town.
What?
Okay. Cool. Good.
I just don't do anything of it. I just sit up in the thing and, like, lean back. I'm like, the sounds of morning.
Time passes, the sun rises, and the rest of you awaken. What do you guys do first thing in the morning?
Does it?
This thing didn't come past you again or anything like that, and as the fog is burning off, you don't see anything amiss out the windows.
Okay. Yeah, I just kind of come down. I tell the rest of the crew, like, someone was throwing up in the fields. Maybe they got into some wine or something. Who knows? But other than that, it was a fairly simple watch. Nothing to report. I suppose we can just make our way.
No one heard noise at night besides this. No howling from the fans.
Nope.
All right.
Are we about to maybe ask the old lady too about the swamps and everything going on there? Since the other person didn't want to talk to us, I assume before we leave, might as well inquire.
If you want to talk to her, sure.
Go for it.
Yeah, I do want to ask her if she knows anything.
Okay. Well, she comes out early in the morning. She scatters feed around the yard for a couple of chickens that are pecking away at it. And she comes up to the door with a couple of plates of, like, grits or whatever.
Yeah, slop.
Yeah. And there's, like, big pats of butter in it. It looks pretty
Buttery
good
slop.
eating. Yeah, pretty good eating for a backwater town. So, yeah, do you want to say anything to her while you're there, Varani? While she's there?
Well, I'm just wondering if she heard some rumors about something crawling about at night in the swamps. I don't know.
She immediately goes pale, and she says, "What are you talking about crawling about at night? What do you mean? Did you see something?"
What if I did?
Yeah, whoa,
That would be bad.
What if I did?
Just tell me. Did you see it?
Yes. I'll bluntly lie to her face. Yes, I did see something and I did hear stuff.
What did it look like?
I speak up
Wow.
and just describe it in good detail.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
She grabs onto like a railing nearby and she like collapses against it just a little bit. She says, "Oh, they've come back. We thought we were rid of them."
I'm gonna run over and like help her like sit down and like I don't know,
Okay.
fan her face or something.
Yeah. Okay. Good. You do some doctory things.
Yeah, I'm gonna doctor.
You just walk up to her and, like, grab her eyes and make them real wide and stuff. We're just like,
Yeah.
Gregory, what the fuck are you doing, man?
I start trepanating her. It'll be okay. Just relax.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, all the bad blood is gone. You're
Oh
fine.
Jesus!
She says, there are hideous creatures from the swamp that occasionally come into town and devour any animals that are left out on the fields. It's terrifying. None of us go out at night.
Well, why do you leave the animals on the fields?
We haven't. We have taken to building barns like this one that lock and setting guards at times. But it's been many weeks since they've come. We thought maybe they'd died out.
Did they ever attack a human as well?
Well, there've been... And she gets like really upset. You can see that she's really visibly distraught. She says, "There've been disappearances of children every once in a while in town, just one here and there, but especially between the ages of 2 and 4 seem very at risk.
I'm gonna whisper to Tal, like we're saying back. I'm gonna whisper like, "That's when human children are the most delicious."
Doctor, you have a problem.
It's a medical fact.
So since we're standing far back behind, I'll say, was anybody missing from last night? To ask to her.
She says it's early. I don't know. I haven't been into the center of town and tried to trade or exchange yet. I'm not sure.
I want to go
Did
have
anyone ever go out there to look for those creatures? Or
Oh no. It's far too dangerous in the swamp.
Well, it's good thing we love danger. I changed my mind about the swamp. Let's do this thing.
Hold. We don't. Why? I don't want to go out to the swamp. We're not getting a reward for that. We have a mission.
well, think
She-
of the kids.
danger.
She
is
stands
our
up and
reward.
she holds her hand across her forehead. She says, "No, you can't go to the swamp.
See, we can't go to the. Why can't we go to the swamp?
It's far too dangerous.
It's far too dangerous. There's quicksand
in the swamp that will suck you down.
It'll suck us
faster than
down
you know.
faster than we
So,
know.
It's a little known fact that my doctorate is in psychology. Reverse psychology. I'm like, okay, swamp, very dangerous. We won't go. Let's go deal with the ore problem. That's a great idea, Kurthak.
My problem. What? No, we're gonna go deal with the bandits.
Yes, bandits, ore, same thing.
Oh, I thought you said okay. Anyway, yeah,
Yes.
let's go. Yeah, I don't want to go into the swamp.
No,
Look, lady,
that's
don't.
Very smart.
Here's some
I'm-
friendly advice. Don't
Walk
keep your
into the
kids
center
out
real
in.
quick. Just look like and check and see if there's been any kind of disturbance, like over the course of the night.
Yeah, I mean, we can leave the barn and go and see, because I think if somebody got kidnapped, there would be like
Yeah, there'd be.
hubbub.
Yeah.
General outcry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we're like walking away, I'm just like, look, lady, as a future father, I'm thinking of the kid, okay? And don't keep your kid out in the farm with. Just leave everything out from there. Just don't go.
Or
to the
just
swamp.
relocate to another place. How about that?
Yeah, there's only 4 buildings. Like, just move them. It's not that
She-
hard.
She's just sobbing quietly to herself. She says, "My son was taken 3 years ago. I don't have a child. I stay because this is where I had him, and this is where the farming land is fertile. Praise be to he who fertilizes the land."
We
So I'm going to put my hand on her shoulder before we leave, and I'm going to say, don't worry, old woman. The gods, they work in mysterious ways, and while now you have bad luck, soon the worm will turn and your luck will change. I am sure all will be well.
Oh god
And,
damn
like-
it, Adam!
And then just like, I don't know, like do like a, Gods be with you, like throw some holy water on or something and be like, peace, lady. And then we're going to go.
She's visibly mollified by your words.
Good, as well.
Praise be to the worm that turns. Yeah. She's totally into it.
Beautiful.
Are you just like sprinkling vodka on her?
Yeah, I don't know, something. Or I'll just like lick my thumb and like
Yeah.
do a mark on her forehead.
Good. The curlicue mark of the flame.
Yeah, just swizzle her forehead and be like, there you go, old lady.
Okay, good. Yeah, you guys are heading into the center of town.
Yeah, I guess we're following Tal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's early morning, but it's probably like 7 or 8 a.m. But there's a couple of people out and about. There's like, some people who are weighing out grain and like trading back and forth like a chicken or two. Breda Engard is addressing like a small cluster of farm men out in front of the temple to the Flensworm.
I'll kind of walk over there and. As we start to get closer, just kind of listen, see if I can hear what she's saying.
Yeah, one of the men is saying they haven't been around in 3 weeks, and now they're back. We need to do something about this, Breda. And she's saying we need the iron ore. If we have the iron ore, we can make something happen. And a couple of the men are seem like they're kind of in line with this, but also maybe like they've heard this before. Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to our group a little bit, since wait, we all overheard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, So if the iron ore is tied into those creatures and you guys don't want to risk your lives for nothing, how about we just approach that lady, say we know it, we saw it last night, and we did overhear their conversation, and maybe she wants to raise the reward a little bit if we continue our help after getting the ore for them.
So, I don't know. Sounds pretty good to me. But first thing we got to do is go get the iron ore, I guess. Whatever they
Yes, easy.
do the easy part first.
Yeah, let's deal with the ore now, and then we'll come back. And I don't look. I want to make it home tonight. Is the main. I don't want to go to that swamp. Like I've heard very, very bad things about that swamp.
Yeah.
I saw something walking and just throwing up. People don't do that. That's not a normal occurrence. People just don't walk over hunched over at 6 a.m. in the morning unless you're my girlfriend who's just, it's not normal, okay?
I was gonna say, Grigori can count the number. He's lost count of the number of times that he's been stumbling around at 6 a.m. puking in his
Look at that. He's not a normal guy, so I wouldn't want to mess with him.
It wasn't actually Grigori.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, totally.
where were you
It's
last
fine.
night?
It's fine. Blah.